Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. It is the final battle before Chancellorsville. This is Rio Hill. This is a tough one. One of my least favorite battles to fight because, while the numbers are pretty favorable, you're up against units with telescopic sights and really like small arms that are just deadly from a range, and repeating rifles, and no matter what you do, you lose a lot of men, and you only get 2,000 for winning the darn thing. So it's just one of those battles that there's really very little good that comes from it. One of the few things that's good is that you get this effect of reducing the size of the enemy army at Chancellorsville by winning. So it's not worth skipping the battle, but it's not one that's easily won either. So I'm going to try to keep my casualties as low as I possibly can. Typically when I've done this battle, you only get to start with a couple of brigades in the center, and you quickly get surrounded on all sides, and you're trying to fight off all these flank attacks, and it's just really a mess. Typically when I fought this battle, I found the best thing to do was to start with a couple of brigades in the center along with a battery of artillery, hold as tight as you can in the center, and then just hang on for dear life until help arrives. I'm trying something different because this is legendary mode. I feel like the odds are going to be against me in doing that, and he's going to be much more aggressive. So I'm going to just let him take the objective to start, wait till my reinforcements arrive, and then push up as best I can. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, I've got 4 brigades here. I might be able to hang on until reinforcements arrive. So maybe we'll go ahead and do this after all. Thinking on my feet here a little bit. You'll notice I did not fill up my brigades. I could go up to 2,500 men, and obviously you would think that it would be counterproductive not to do that. But I'm thinking long term here, and I'm thinking ahead to the Battle of Chancellorsville already, where I want to try and keep my numbers as low as possible because of the scaling, at least on day one. I'll talk about that more once this battle's over. So I kept my numbers down here, thinking that these are brigades that I want as low as possible, so that after the first day at Chancellorsville, then I can increase those numbers. So we'll see what happens. Not entirely sure I want to take these fortifications yet. Let's do this. We're going to break off skirmishers from all of these units. I want to try and extend my line as much as I possibly can. He's going to have... the other thing I did for this battle is I have no units that have farmer rifles or Springfield 1842s. They have a short range, and I'm already up against units that have a really long range, sometimes 400 or 500 yard range on their guns. So I've gone with folks that have Harper's Ferry 1855s that have I think they have a 300 yard range. Things like that. I've got some Enfield 1853s. Things with a little bit longer range that'll stand up a little bit better against these guns that he's going to have. So, man, I'm just not really sure the best way to go about doing this. I want to stay close. So let's do this. Put these guys here. And stay as close as I possibly can, but I'm also concerned that being too close to each other, we're going to get flanking fire. So I guess we'll see how this goes. I can't remember where he comes from first. So we're just going to hang on. About an hour in or so, I should get the reinforcements that come from down here. And then it'll be a much better situation for me. But regardless, he's got those guns that are just going to light me up. So I'm gonna suffer way more casualties than I want to in this battle. You can see right now I've got him outnumbered. That's not going to last. I guess we'll see where he comes from. Okay, he's got his first batch of reinforcements, and he's going to get another one. All right, here he comes. Yeah, as you can see, he's got me at range that I can't hit him back. So he's just going to keep on firing from out there, and there's very little I can do about it except move up and engage him. I already hate this. Alright, these guys got routed really fast. I guess we just got to deal with it. Just take the long range shots that I can't fire back on. Where are these guys going? If you could not retreat that far, that would be great. My best Lundberg voice, that'd be great. My apologies to anybody who's never seen Office Space, which I think is one of the best movies ever. That's kind of my taste in comedies. I'm an Office Space, The Office, Monty Python and the Holy Grail sort of guy. Movies that people don't really have any middle ground on. You either think they're one of the funniest movies you've ever seen, or that they're ridiculously stupid. Here comes my reinforcements. That's excellent news. And we got to turn Hampton's Legion real quick. And then rush these guys out. Here comes my cavalry. Perfect. I really need them. Alright, let's pause for 1 second. So he's got some artillery right here. Let's go nail them. That's one of the reasons I brought my cavalry into this fight. And we're going to get some skirmishers going. So we can at least get another 1,000 men into the fight before those brigades are able to get all the way up there. Skirmishers can move a little faster. Come on, move quick before he can fire. I think I charged him a little too soon. Go. Okay, what's happening up here? Alright, so far so good. These guys are going to have a little trouble, although they're holding their own right now. Alright, there goes that battery. Hopefully I can take out more, because I know he's got more artillery back up in here somewhere. But that one's toast. Bye-bye. Perfect. Poor Gavin. He's just getting shot by people he can't even get at. Oh, who are we getting hit by over here? Ah, boy. I hate that. Alright, let's get a paper color brigade to back up a little bit. This is a battle that requires a little more micromanaging than most. Alright. He's going to screen my cavalry with this unit of mounted infantry, but I should be able to deal with them if I can isolate him 2-on-1 with these two. But there's just really no good way to fight this battle. You can see Snakefoot Brigade's just getting chewed to pieces right now. And of course, as soon as I turn to try and deal with somebody else, he sends in another unit because he's got units everywhere. And both of these units are broken. Alright, let's pause real quick here. So you can see I've already lost about 1,500 men. He's only lost about 700. Just the nature of this battle, unfortunately. Alright. Try to overwhelm him here if I can. Maybe I should have kept my cavalry over here and tried to deal with this guy. But we'll see what's going on up here. Yeah, there's artillery over here. Hopefully he doesn't have any cavalry. Come on, quick, where are they? Nope, just got a bunch of artillery up here. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Don't overrun these guys. He's sending a unit back there. Well, the good news is I gobbled up one battery and now I can get the other. Perfect. So I will have taken out 3 of his batteries. So at least I'm doing that. And now my reinforcements are going to come up and help out over here. So we'll start to stabilize this situation a little bit. Now there's supplies to be grabbed, if I can. And probably can't get these ones, but I can definitely grab these ones. So there's a lot of flexibility to be had by having a couple of fully stocked units of cavalry to get around and harass him on a battlefield like this where he's got nothing but small units. Of course, the problem's going to be getting them back to my lines without too much trouble. I may just need to keep them back here with the cavalry. Let's see what's going on over here in the meantime. Not sure I want to press this, but I'll press it a little. I know he's got another unit of cavalry over here somewhere. I gotta be careful not to get too greedy. I should maybe at least try to get one of these to safety before I deal with the other one. Unless he's going to do that and make it easy for me. Hampton Legion needs to turn. Alright, so grabbing these 2 things of supplies, taking out 3 of his batteries, makes me feel a little better about the losses I'm sustaining in a battle like this. Alright, MacArthur, you better cover these ones till he gets out of there. Alright. I'm pretty content to just hang tight over on this side and not push that too far. I think that should be just about the end of this. So I'm looking at about almost 3,000 casualties. But we'll offset those losses here. Hopefully I grab some of those telescopic, I think they're Whitworths. No, Whitworth's a cannon, I think. Whoa, slow down, some skirmishers. There we go. Alright, let's back these guys off. They did their job. No, Frank, you just hang tight. Oh, there they are. Alright, that should just about wrap this one up. Not much more action gonna happen. So we'll speed this along here. I think I took out all of his artillery. Back these skirmishers up. Nothing more to be gained there. Alright, I'll drop out and we'll come back at the finish of this thing. I decided to get greedy. I'm going to come after this couple of units of... Oh, there's 3 units of skirmishers there. Oops. 4. Oh, man, that was a mistake. I should not have done that. I thought I was charging 1 unit of skirmishers. It turned into 4. Actually, 5. So I've got to send help down here now. Let's go ahead and try to pull these guys out of there. Yep. Never attack when you can't see what's going on. That cost me probably 100 cavalrymen that I didn't need to lose. Apparently some skirmishers decided to retreat all the way back to Richmond. Okay. So a little mistake, but lesson learned. These units aren't actually this small. They've all got skirmishers sitting around somewhere. And it's actually... Oh, Stonewall Jackson killed in the last 15 minutes of the battle. That hurts. My greediness has cost me one of my generals. Interesting that he dies in the battle right before the battle where he historically died at Chancellorsville. Well, that kind of sucks. I've got a lot of major generals, though, so, I mean, in theory, game-wise, it's not really that big a deal. But historically, it just kind of stinks. As much as I don't want to have to suffer losses, losing men from these units isn't the worst thing in the world when I'm thinking about the scaling issues. But I'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's finish this thing up and see what the damage is. It's going to be between 3,000 and 4,000. Alright. So yeah, I lost a little over 4,000 when you count the cavalry. He lost 2,000. Closer to 3 when you count all the other things there. But this is one of those battles where it's just so tough to mitigate those losses. The good news is, okay, so I did get 200 of these telescopic Whitworth Rifles have a 600-yard range. I did grab almost 10,000 supplies, about 9,000 supplies. Also, 3 20-pounder Parrots, so that's kind of nice. Those will come in handy when I get enough of them. Big loss, of course, is the death of Stonewall Jackson. But, I mean, that's just the way this battle goes. You can see the losses among some of these elite units of mine. So, now comes the big question here. And that is, well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and put this into politics. Now, I've got 77 reputation, which is nice. It gives me a 9 in my morale boost. But really, honestly, the cost of some of this stuff, it's just not worth it. I'd rather have the reputation points right now and give myself that buffer in case I have another loss coming my way. So Stonewall Jackson was commanding the 2nd Division. He died. So we're going to go ahead and put my spare Major General in there. So now, here's the thing. We got to look ahead to Chancellorsville. And there's a couple of ways to look at this battle. Number one is, of course, if you have the numbers, conventional wisdom is go for the win on day one. That's when your best odds are. He doesn't have his whole army there yet. However, the numbers just are not favorable for me. Even if I go ahead and throw everybody into those 2 corps, I'm looking at most, about 30,000 men, not even. And then, of course, the question is scaling. When does he start to scale up? I've got 30,000 men I can throw into my army, so in theory I can almost get to his number, but I think if I put them all in, he's probably going to be at 90, 100,000. So my goal here is keep my numbers low on day one. Don't engage him too heavily. Try to isolate and destroy a couple of units if I can, but don't engage his main body. And then after that, throw in all my reinforcements as best I can, and then hope for the best in a prolonged battle. It's going to be a tough one to win regardless, and I'm probably going to lose more than I can possibly get. I only get 6,900 for a victory, which is not great. I will get up to, well, actually, I guess, as I'm looking at this, if I gain 25, I'm actually going to max out on reputation points, so maybe I do need to spend some of those. I don't know. That's something to think about, but from experimenting with this a little bit, it seems like the sweet spot before he really starts scaling up. I'll walk through this a little bit. Let me go ahead and save my game, and I'll kind of walk through, and we'll see what the sweet spot is as far as scaling is, and I'll talk about what I mean by that in just a second. The existing army that I have is 28,596. He's got 67,100. But here's the thing that happens. There is kind of a minimum number that you hit before the scaling gets crazy. And we're going to figure out where that is for this battle. So I'm at 28,596. I'm just going to do the soldiers just for the sake of keeping it easy to calculate. So I'm at about 42% of his army right now. So we'll see if that number holds or if it goes up significantly. This is not how I'm going to build this army. I'm just doing this for the sake of being able to see. I'll go back to my save game and build this the way I want to in just a few minutes. So right now I'm just going to start throwing troops, rookie troops, into some of these units just to see what happens. So I'm going to max out. I guess I can't max out that one because I don't have enough of those guns. So I'll max out those. Let's see what the numbers look like now. I'll get a sense of what the scale will be. I'm thinking he'll still be at 67. No, he went up to 68. So he is starting to scale up, but it's not massive yet. So now I'm at 31,979. He's at 68,894. So now I'm at 46% of his force. So that actually looks pretty good right there. So right there, when I'm up at near about 32,000 men, works okay for me. I think if I start going too much higher, though, we'll start to see that he'll scale a little faster. So I just put in another 1,000 or so. And I know this is kind of tedious, but I want you to get a sense of what my thought process is with that. See, now that time he went up a lot faster than he had been. So we were kind of past that sweet spot I was talking about. 71, 461. So now it's staying at 46%. So at this point, I'm really not gaining much by adding to my force. So I probably want to keep it right around 33,000 men. I'm going to be outnumbered 2-1 on day one, but I'll hopefully make up some of that ground afterwards. So I'll start building my force. I'll get it ready. We'll come back probably on Sunday, Monday with Chancellorsville. We'll see how it goes. This is your chance. Give me any suggestions that you may have about how I should go about that battle, as well as any comments you may have on the one I just fought at Rio Hill. So as always, I welcome those input, those comments, questions, criticisms, anything and all things that you may have seen or you may be thinking about. Use the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you see and you want to see more of it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again in a few days.